My first ever match was in 2014, and I was very new. I played a few matches, uninstalled, came back 2 years later, and then I started playing. I wouldn't say daily, but more so than the first time I played. I played since 2016 to now. I had the breaks. I didn't play super consistently. I used to be my first ever rank that I got was a Herald. I'm not sure which, like 800 or 600 MMR, and I used to be a position 1 main. I carried myself to 2k MMR, and now I'm 2.6k. Now I main position 3 recently offlane, and I thought maybe I could climb MR with Nature's Prophet because I think he's a pretty good hero. He can split push. He can pressure the enemies pretty well. He can farm, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. I watched the replay I think 2 times. The first time was yesterday. I watched half of it, and then today I watched the full thing, and I kept going back and watching where I messed up and where my team messed up, which I think it's half and half. I think it's a bit of my fault that we didn't win, and I think a bit of my carries. The Ember, before you look, late game he had our mid laner Ember had a pipe, E-blade, and Crimson. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if your Ember got those items, here's what I'm just gonna say right now. Okay, we're gonna lose the game. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna lose the game. I have nothing else better to say. We're gonna lose the game. But all I'm saying is, this is not the last game that we'll play in this life, right? This is Dota. We're more concerned about winning the next game. And by what I'm saying is, like, even if I was the one playing this game, I cannot win every game. I just can't. Even if I was smurfing, I cannot win every game. Of course, this is a team game, but what I'm saying is, we have to focus on ourselves, like, because what do we really get? Like, Ember gets Crimson, E-blade, pipe. Okay, that's dumb. But
Yeah.
what do we really get? Like, what do I get as a Nature's Prophet player? What do I get from knowing that he is stupid, he played bad, he got the wrong intimidation, knowing that I want to flame him? What do we get? If I have to ask you, what do we get from that? What do we gain?
I don't know. So I only checked my Ember's items after the game on the replay. I actually did not know while I was playing that he had those items. I thought, because he was getting kills, he was doing some work. Then he started a bit throwing, and I was like, okay, that's kind of maybe you should stop that. But I didn't say anything. I just hoped for the best. I tried to do my best. I kept split pushing. Every time the enemy team was seen, so I wouldn't get ganked and killed. But in the end, late game, I didn't check enough, or we didn't have any vision. I jumped in to split push the wave, and Earth Spirit and Slark were waiting for me. I got killed. Slark got an essence stack, and yeah, it was pretty bad. Also, I saw a few things. When I was mid under the tier 1 tower, I was getting killed by who? Oh yeah, it's Ogre and Earth Spirit. Yeah, Earth Spirit. My CM was next to the cliff, to the camp on our side, north of the tower. She was pretty close. She had a TP. Juggernaut had a TP. I think that was a free kill for a Juggernaut if he TP'd, but he kept going back and then back and front. He was thinking of helping me, but not spending a TP, so he was just looking at me, going a little bit further. I was like, oh, he's gonna die, and then I sprouted myself. Oh, maybe he's gonna live. I'm gonna help him. Like, oh no, he's low, and he kept doing nothing for like 20 seconds while I was fighting or trying to.
So Juggernaut was bad, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm asking is, again, what I was asking before is, you're telling me Ember got E-blade, Crimson Guard pipe, which is like very not traditional or to be considered Yeah, okay. So
And
what I'm asking was, what do we get? Okay, what do I get from seeing that how stupid that is? How flame him that okay, he's a part of the reason we lost. What do we get? If I say that, if that is my mentality, what do we get? What do I get? Do I gain anything as myself?
From seeing what he got, well, I don't know. I don't have an Ember. I'm missing one player. He doesn't have the right items, itemization. His skills. At first I thought, well, maybe he's going a physical build. You know, it's I mean not physical, magical build because of the ET. Like, yeah, that's not very common, but sure. And then I saw, okay, he's going. He went all the physical damage talents. I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. And then he went pipe crimson. I was like, what is he doing? I don't know. So I was like, okay, it's me and Juggernaut. We're the only carry. Juggernaut took okay items. I don't know if they were the best for this for the enemy draft, but they were okay. So he itemized at least well, as opposed to
okay. So thing is, I'm just ultimately speaking because I'm trying to help you. Maybe I'm not trying to help you, but I'm trying to just say, I'm not trying to say you're wrong. Okay, I'm not trying to say you're wrong because I would have the exact same thinking process, saying what you just described. You're gonna like keeping at the right time, Ember not getting a magician. They are bad. Okay, they are bad. I get it. I fully agree. But problem is, we gain nothing. Okay, I gain nothing. I do not improve from focusing on those matters. I don't.
Yeah, focusing on their mistakes.
Yeah, I don't gain better. And it's not like I can't do anything about it. If I was the one playing Nature's Prophet in this game, okay, if I was the one, not you, I cannot change Ember getting E-Blade or Crimson. I cannot change that. He will do this exact same thing. I cannot change Juggernaut. Yeah, I cannot change Juggernaut what he just did, what you described, not keeping it the right time. I cannot change it. That will happen. But what I'm saying is, what I can do different is what I have under my control, which is myself, right? It's myself. I can do it. So what I'm saying is I'm focused on myself, not everyone else. So when I was at your level, playing Dota at your level, I was more curious about what other player at like Immortal bracket would have done different if they were in my position. That's what I was really curious about. I wasn't really focused about how do I win the lane, because that's impossible. Like, it's a team game, anything can happen. But I was more curious about what they do things differently, because obviously they are better than us, right? They are better than us, that's why they have higher MMR. I was more curious about their thinking process, what their habit is. So those are the things that you should be focused on, right? Not worrying too much about Amber got.
What they do.
Yeah. I don't care, because I really don't care. It's like playing this game with bots. Like, they were bots. They're not players. They're just bots. They're like outliers. Outliers means that it's out of my control. Like, I cannot change them, but I can only adjust to it, right? I can either only adjust to it, or I make different decision, or I play just much better so I can carry the game. So that should be your mindset, man. That should be your mindset. Not worrying about this guy did this and this guy did that. No, I don't care, right? So as I'm watching this game, if you did something right, I'm gonna say you did it right. I fully agree with it. Like, even if you kill someone, if that was coming from a bad habit or bad thinking process, I'm gonna say that's questionable, that is bad. And you better have something else to defend yourself. So this is how coaching session goes on. Like, this is how you get better at Dota. By just having different thinking process, and by just realizing that you could have done something different, and you can visualize something different is happening if you could have done something different, not Juggernaut or not Ember. So
my actions could have affected the game differently, and
that's exactly what I want you to focus on from now. So it doesn't matter, okay? So this is what I'm gonna do. The game just started. It started a long time ago. Okay, what did I just do? This is what I do. Juggernaut is our safe carry. Ember's mid. Crystal mid is support. Mirana is my support. I think Mirana is like position 4 support, so it's gonna be with me. Medusa is their mid. Ogre and Magi support with Slug bottom, and Earth Spirit is their roamer, position 4. Centaur is their position 3 offlaner. So just keeping everything in my mind. We have to do this because, if I have to ask you, because I'm doing this, like brainstorming, because.
to I don't know. What do you mean? You're
What I just did? What I just did? Like repeating myself. Who's my carry? Who's my enemy? Who's my...
yeah.
Why?
No, who
Why?
is what? What are they supposed to do? What's their role at the game?
And that helps me too. That helps me to do what? That helps me
To orient yourself about what you should do and how you can. I don't know. How the game is probably gonna go. Who's gonna focus on what? Who's doing what?
Yeah. And then that's so. What I'm saying is, you got Blightstone, right? You got Blightstone,
Yeah,
two
yeah.
sets of tangles, arm branches, right? So I'm
Yeah,
basically
that's
asking, why
really
did you do this? Why did you do this, right? Why did you
Okay,
do
for
this?
Blightstone, because I have 60 damage, so I have a lot of damage, and I wanted to harass the enemy safe lane or enemy carry, and I have a lot of armor, so I could do pretty much harass in the lane for a lot. I usually go for. I've been switching roles for a lot now because I've been losing, and I wasn't sure for what reason. So I kept switching roles. I played every single role. I played 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I played 4 the most, and 5 I think second, and then I switched back to 3 again. So maybe I was still in a position 4 mindset, where I should be the one not farming but negating farm from the enemy carry, or just denying experience in farm from the enemy laners. Maybe that was my mindset. Maybe that's why I was thinking right back then.
No, you did great. So all I was looking for was you being able to defend yourself for getting these items, right? And
Yeah.
I did what I did, and I asked you what I asked you because you're facing against Slark and Ogre, right? That's actually what I was
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for. Yeah, you're facing against Slark and Ogre. They're gonna be the safe lane, right?
Yeah.
You're offlane with who? Your team? Possibly your team is. Who's your lane partner?
Mirana. And Mirana, the problem is, I don't know if she raged, but she kind of, I don't know if she kept taking my farm, but something, she went kind of like a carry Mirana build, I don't know. And she was constantly pinging me and raging, I don't know why, but yeah, she wasn't very helpful. When she had ult, she could have saved me a couple of times, but she didn't do anything. She just kept farming. I was like looking at her, and I was like, okay, I guess that's fine. Also, none of my supports really bought any sentry wards when Slark got Shadowblade, and that's what killed me a couple of times, maybe twice, I don't know, and maybe it saved Slark maybe a time or two as well.
Yeah.
My supports.
So what I just asked you was, who was your lane partner? Like,
Mirana.
yeah, it can be Mirana, right? So that's all I was looking for. Like, we're starting from really, really basic. I don't know what's going to happen because obviously I haven't watched this game yet. Because it's important to keep that in our mind. We have to think it really slow. Like, it's Mirana plus Ninja's Prophet, right? And it's gonna be, we're facing against Slark plus Ogre Magi.
Yeah.
And if you look at the minimap, what's happening?
The three of them are grouping top to get a first blood.
Yeah. So that means it's 3 top. So that means
I
possibly.
can't get the room properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 top is 1 bottom, right? And
yeah, it's just me bottom. I think. Yeah. I don't know what Amber on the map. Maybe he wanted to get the room, secure it, or.
Okay, so we're gonna roll this, but all I'm saying is, it's getting information. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be fancy about like what's going to happen. I don't know. Just information. It's about information. I know that 3 heroes top, which means it looks like Mirana is trying to start at top. Why do you think Mirana wants to start at top?
Probably.
You already said it.
Yeah. With the other two.
Yeah, and the first blood. You mentioned getting first blood, right? So why is first blood possible?
Because of Mirana Zero. If she can get somebody with that, they could probably kill her. If CM didn't pick Frostbite until later levels, like she was level 5, she didn't have 1 level in Frostbite, which is really worrying for me. Because if she had Frostbite, Jack has Q and Arrow, so plant arrow, Jug keeps hitting them. Then when the stun is gone, then she can frostbite, and Jug can still keep hitting, and then he can Q, and maybe Crystal Maiden or Mirana can block, and that's a kill on any, even Centaur. I think he's gonna die from that 100%.
Wait, so you're saying that Crystal Maiden should have gotten frostbite right now? Like right now?
Well, maybe if she wanted first blood, it could definitely. That's a definite first blood if she gets a W. If okay, so if arrow lands, and if everything goes according to plan, they could definitely get a kill with frostbite, arrow, and Q from Jug. Maybe they don't even have to spend that much.
Yeah.
Maybe it's too much.
Yeah, maybe, right? Maybe. But all I'm saying is when I said they are top, right? They are top because it means they have the potential to make the first blood happen, right? Because, like you said, Crystal Maiden can either use Crystal Nova or Frostbite that helps Mirana to land on arrow. Like, even if she doesn't, like they're either slowed or just stuck up for like rooted for 1.5 seconds. So it gives Juggernaut a chance to Blade Fury, and so what's happening top is justified, right? Like they do have really good killing potential. I think that's
completely fine.
Yeah. So it's almost a bound turn. Yeah. What are you doing?
Me? I don't know if I was. I don't know what happened because my game keeps crashing sometimes. maybe that was it. Maybe I was out of the game or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. That could be it. Because I usually immediately go down to my lane. It's probably something like that. And they get a first blood on the Centaurs.
So what is going wrong here? Like, okay, I get it that your computer crashed, right? You have to go back. Yeah. What did you do wrong here, or what could have done better?
Well, I could have maybe contested the bot rune. I could have blocked the creeps. I mean, your creep blocked.
No. I'm saying like right now. Like, do you see the timer here? Like it says 003.
Yeah, it's really late.
Yeah. So.
If I was responsive earlier, I could have gotten way earlier to my lane. I could have contested probably the river rune. I could have blocked maybe the creep.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not like saying that you could have, because I know that your computer crashed. That's what you said. So it's fine. It happens. But what I'm saying is like right now, if you just look at what you're doing here, like do you see yourself? What are you doing? Like right now, what are you doing with your hero? Do you just see it?
I don't know.
You're moving, right? You're moving to down. You're moving. You're looking at it, but you're moving, right? You're moving.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying here is like, can you think of anything that went wrong here? Like what you just did out of everything you just moved from fountain to here, right? At minute 002.
I could have waited for my TP to go off cooldown so I can TP to lane fast.
Of course. Okay. Keep going. It's fine. Keep going. If you can think of anything else other than that.
I don't know. I could just wait for the TP to go off cooldown. I could walk down to the lane. I don't. Maybe I could TP to them for the fight, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'd be able to do anything because of. Well, I could maybe skill my level in teleportation and join the fight.
Skill teleportation, but if it's skill teleportation, that's like
that's not
bad, right? You know it. You're smart enough to know it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
Alternative choice can be.
I don't know. The only other choice is for me to wait. TP go off cooldown, I can TP to them if that's what you mean.
Okay, but okay, you're getting there. But if teleportation at level 1 is bad, you know it, right? You don't have to explain. If that's bad, then alternative choice can be different decision can be. If we know that this is bad, we can do something else. Can be.
You mean like skill something else, or I'm not really sure what you mean.
Of course, we can skill something else, right? If we don't take TP teleportation at level 1, we want to invest skill point at level 1 to something to try to win the game, right?
Yeah.
That can be.
Usually, well, that's usually the Treants, the little.
Exactly. It summons the Treants, and that's how we dominate the lane, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could have done instead of what you are doing. Because if you see what you did, like
I don't remember what I did.
we're seeing it now. We're seeing it now. We're seeing it now. We're seeing it now. You're walking from the fountain, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
See first blood.
So you don't see nothing wrong here.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So you agree that level 1 Treant is the better call than teleportation because of many reasons. We don't even have to discuss about it, right? This is the better.
Yeah.
It's better. Like it's done. Like we don't want to take Sprout, right?
Yeah. Sprout. Really. Yeah. Level 1. It's only for level 1. It's completely useless unless I don't know. You wanna get a first blood. Maybe help Mirana get the arrow. That's the only thing I can think of.
Even if we use Sprout to set up the arrow, like enemy team can just use Tango and like thank you, right? So.
Yeah.
This is really nothing. Yeah. So it's like what I'm trying to say here is like it's like problem solving a problem in SAT where you're test and trying to cross out the wrong answer. So level 1 TP wrong, right?
Yep.
Level 1 Sprout wrong, right? Out of almost every case, every game you play, this teleportation is wrong. Sprout is wrong. So 99.9% of the time we go Treants, right? We go for the Nature's Call, right? Right? We agree with me here, right? So what do we have to do right now? Knowing that is the right answer, what do we have to do? You just came back from the game.
Level up Nature's Call.
Yeah! Level up it! Yeah! Level up that! Right now, do it! This is like one of the rare moments in Dota where you don't even have to worry about what level 1 skill should be. If you're pairing this Prophet, you go for the Treant at level 1. I don't care about anything else in the world. You just do it, right?
Yeah.
100% this skill. But what did you do? We were just watching it like what you're doing.
Yeah, I just left it like that. Just I don't know, in case anything.
In case
I just leave
anything.
it until I need to use it, so I don't level. I don't level it.
Okay, that's good. I think I agree with it because let's say that they're happening here, like they're trying to get the first blood. But let's say that Centaur was like 1 hit away from dying, then that's probably where you can teleport and kill, right? Yeah, exactly. Like you get through the first blood. So that happens, but. What I'm saying here is, even if you use TP scroll like that, teleport your skill to kill that, then you have to use your TP scroll to the bottom, right?
Go back to the lane.
Yeah, and then now you're playing the level 1 Spectrum, which is the first script wave. Because you invest your skill in teleportation, you play this lane without 2 Treants. Without that, right? So it's all about trade-off. You potentially getting that kill versus trade-off versus you playing this lane without Treants versus Slug and Ogre. So if you have to weigh that, you can come up to your decision, right? So do you think it's worth to get teleportation or saving this point?
Well, since I already saw he got killed pretty. Yeah, I mean when I saw the first blood was already taken. And of course, Earth Spirit was gonna go back. He was not gonna try to contest the rune when the Centaur was dead. There was no reason for me to skill anything else besides E. Yeah.
Good.
So,
I like your thinking process. Good job. I even really appreciate you saying this because it really makes sense. Because I was gonna say, there's no way that you took level 1 teleportation suspect. But all I'm saying is, I do know that it's a trade-off, like what we just discussed. But I know that. Yeah. Getting the first blood is cool, and saving the skill point for potentially happening what's going to happen is cool, but what I'm saying is, if I don't have Treants on level 1, like if I don't have this, I cannot do shit. I cannot do shit on the first wave. The first wave is about to happen, right? It's almost time. But if I get there, and can you imagine like Slark last sitting right here, and then Ogre Magi, because he's a support, what he's gonna do if using Nature's Prophet? What is Ogre gonna do?
He's gonna hit me.
Yeah, and if you don't have Treants because you have teleportation at level 1, then what's gonna happen?
He's gonna keep hitting me, I guess.
And you are
gonna lose a lot of HP.
And then that means
I might die.
And that means
I'm gonna give Slark a resistance stack if I get low, and
so that means you are fucked, right? Like You don't.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
the
it's
lane,
basically you're done. You lost lane because of your level 1 skill point. It's that simple. Like, it's really that simple. You can visualize that happening. Right? You're smart enough to know it. Without Treants, you cannot really fight off Ogre Magi. And the main reason for getting Blightstone is, like you said, you wanted to decrease their armor. And Treants' right click is physical damage, so it gets amplified by Blightstone, right? Low armor, that means, that makes sense, right? So this item synergizes with Treants, right?
Yeah.
Lower the armor, like the Treants hit harder. So it perfectly synergizes with Treants, and that is why a lot of the time we don't even have to check anything. MPDs, they just get Blightstone. First item, they just do it. Because it synergizes really well with the Treants. It's crazy good, right? It's crazy good.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying here is, in the conclusion, jumping to the conclusion, if I just have to say, it's right or wrong, this is wrong. Level 1 teleportation is wrong. I get it that there's gonna be blah blah blah. Yeah, I get it, but it's just too much gamble. It will possibly ruin your game, ruin your laning stage. You cannot do anything in the first wave, right? So
yeah, the thing is, when I didn't really use my nature's units that well in lane. I don't think I use them very much at all, except pushing and creep killing, and maybe well, yeah, I did a little bit damage to them when I used them, but I usually don't spawn them unless I have a specific use. Well, because they can just kill my units, and I think I don't want to give them extra gold and experience, so I only use them if I'm, I don't know, pushing the tower or trying to kill some hero or damage them. Like
no, but we're talking about like level 1. Like, we're talking about right now, level 1.
Level 1.
Yeah. So you think this is not doing that much? That's what you're saying.
Well, I didn't think about it actually, so I thought like, level 1, it's only 2 and sometimes even 1. Like, that's 100 mana. That's kind of like a waste.
It's 100 mana, right? It's a lot of mana. It's actually 130. It's a lot of mana, right?
And the cooldown is actually
its cooldown is a lot, right? Its cooldown is a lot. So what I'm saying here, no, I'm gonna stop you right there because it's important. I just have to say one thing, and then you can, because when I was talking to you, like at this moment, I was like, keep showing you this replay right here in this moment, like, what do you think was a better play? Like, I was keep asking you, right? So I wanted you to arrive to the conclusion that you can, number 1, you can actually use your skill point to your nature's call, right? That was one that we just did, and we agree with that, or you just you don't fully agree with it, not yet, but it's the right call from my opinion. And then after spending the skill point here, you actually have to use it right now on this tree. Do you see my mouse cursor? Like on this tree, like right now, literally. I mean, like right now. And why would that be? Why would that be?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. So what happens if we use it right now? What happens?
Oh, I can. The cooldown would be, it'd be off cooldown by the time I pretty much get to the lane, maybe.
So if we use it right now, there's gonna be someone right now, right? And then what do we do? If we summon that, what do you do?
I bring it with me. I don't know.
No, you know it. You know it, bro. You know it. You're be more confident. You know it. If you use it right now, then what do you do with that? You know this. I'm confident. You know this. What do you do with it? So now there are two Treants summoned. We just did it. We're just imagining a situation. We did it. What do we do with that?
Make a groove key for it. I'm not sure.
So for how long do they last? If we just have to read it.
60 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
is that a long time? Is that a long time?
Yeah, it's a pretty long time.
And the cooldown of the ability is 37 seconds, right?
37 seconds.
Yeah. So is it, by just doing the mathematics, is it possible to summon this and then summon it one more time so that we have 4 Treants? Yeah. Can we do that? Do you see that happening?
Yeah.
And how do you do that? If you want that to happen, how do you do that? If you want to maintain 4 Treants at some point, how do you do that?
You can when you spawn, you can make 2 at the start, and then when you get to the rune spot, you can make another 2, and then you have
exactly. You know it. You just said it. That's the answer. You have to spawn it right now, right?
Yeah.
And then by the time you get there, then you will have another one soon, like, because it will cool down, right?
Yeah.
So you have to summon this one right now. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And then once we summon them, what do we do with the summoner? Like, what do we do with that? Treants are now here. Boom, they're here. What do we do with that? What do we do with these two?
Bring them to the room.
Yes,
Bring them,
because
well, they could block the enemy from getting to the room, or they could deny the room outright.
Yeah, they fight. They fight with you. They can fight.
Yeah.
You have a Blightstone, they can fight.
Extra DPS plus Blightstone.
It is so good. It is just so good, right? You can just see it happen. It is so good. And you didn't do it. And you didn't do it, right? You didn't do it. Yeah, you didn't think about it and you didn't do it, right? So all I'm saying here is, it's important that what you did wrong. And to me, this is the only difference between you, which is your bracket is a 2K memoir, 2.5, and me. I
was 2.9K, so almost 3K, but then I lost 300, 400 MMR.
Okay, so this is like Archon 4, so I don't know, sorry, I don't know the number, so this is the only difference between Archon 4, which is you right now, between you and me, this is like immortal. Me doing this, I would have done that, and you didn't do this. That's the only difference between you and me. I'm not gonna lie. That's the only difference. And to me, that difference is huge. Okay? It's huge. It is huge. So if you now understand that you should have done that and why it is that, then you can just do this right away, right? We just learned something new. You can do this from the next game.
The next match.
Yeah, and then I guarantee you, it changes everything, because think about the difference between 4 Treants and 2 Treants. Like, do you imagine the difference? A lot of pressure, right? Yeah. A lot of pressure.
That's 48 damage plus.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? And just, we're gonna move on to the next picture, but let me ask you one question, and this can be hard. Why do you think it is good to, if we summon there right now, what else do we benefit from it? Like, if you were standing here, and we summoned here, what else do we benefit from doing it? There's one more.
We can, I don't know, clear area, like we can clear the trees.
Okay, so if we have to use this, at what cost can we use this spell? If we use the spell, we lose. Treant loses.
Treant loses 130 mana, and Nature's he loses, I don't know, the ability to...
No, you said it. You lose 130 mana, right?
Yeah, it's that's a lot for...
Yeah. So if you use it now, where are you standing right now?
What is this? I'm in the fountain, so I'll get the mana back. So.
Exactly! Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you walk up to here...
It's a free spell.
It's a free spell, exactly. So if you like walk up here and use it here, if you're then you don't gain mana, right?
Yeah,
you don't, and that's huge. That's 130 mana, right? That's huge. Like that's the difference between casting other spells.
Half the mana, it's not good.
Yeah, so that is why that's the exact answer I was looking for. The benefit of you casting Ninja's Call right here at where you're standing at the beginning of the game is for you to save up your mana, and then for you to send the 2 Treants right away, so that you can actually have 4 Treants by the time you guys, get near here or want to room fight.
Yeah.
That is why a lot of times. So this is like, if you look at the timer, it's about like Bounty Rune is about to spawn within 7 seconds, right? So ideally speaking, it's really up to your playstyle. But ideally speaking, you can even use Treants to scout them or to make them fight. So duration is for 60 seconds and cooldown is 37. So clock says 35, right? So for me, this tells me that it is a good time to summon it right now. So when the game starts, it's like minute 1, right? That's too early. If I summon it right now, I'm basically saying I'm gonna use my Treants that last 60 seconds to scout. I'm not using it to fight, but I'm trying to scout it.
Yeah.
But if you use it at around minute 30, so this is a small difference, small things that you players pay attention to. If I use it around like right here, about 30 seconds, then I'm gonna summon it. I get my mana back. I'm gonna walk toward the bottom lane with my Treants and myself. And if I did it right now, I'm basically saying by the time I get here, it'll be around minute 0, right? Then that is when, because the cooldown is for 36 seconds, 37 seconds, then I can summon one more time. Then I can actually initiate the Bounty Rune fight with 4 Treants, right? Possibly. So like, if you want to get really better at this Prophet, you gotta do those small micro detail things. Like practice on that, practice more on timing, because there's a million difference between 4 Treants and 2 Treants. Like, you're gonna win 4 Treants and you can dominate the bottom run. With 2 Treants, like that's like they can deal with it. But 4 Treants, I don't think so with the Blightstone. So does that make sense to you? Yeah, so I'm gonna say one more time. You played this wrong. I'm gonna just show it to you. Look at this together. Let's look at this together. Because it's important that you played it wrong. Very important. I'm not trying to like belittle you or anything. It's important.
Yeah.
So it's minute 12. It's minute 10 right now. This is your screen. This is your player perspective. You're sitting at the middle right now. Okay, so somebody pauses. So I think he knows that. Okay, let's skip a little, but okay. So this is your screen. You're like about here.
Yeah.
Dinged. Bounty run. They got the bounty run. You didn't summon the Treants. You didn't do that. You were just walking, and you were seeing this happening, and you were just walking. So by the time you go there, you'll be investing 130 mana to summon. So you're not even summoning right now, right? You're not even summoning right now. Like even right now, you should have summoned it, but you're not even doing it. So you're just waiting. You're just walking there. You're sort of like, this is your camera. You're now being sarcastic, or no, I'm sorry, it's not being sarcastic. You're playing nice because you got the first blood. That's good. I like this attitude. But you're like here. Okay, no bounty run, but I'm gonna go here. And then gonna go here. I'm gonna walk. I know that Mirana is not here, but already the wave just happened. Like melee group got denied, but this is cool. Like they're now pushing the lane. But all I'm saying here is, are you happy? Are we happy about this situation? Are we happy?
I mean, we got our first blood, but we didn't get one rune. We got, I think we got, no, we got 2 runes. We got 2 runes in the first blood, so that's kind of okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
no, we didn't get the Treant, but economically we're better off slightly. I think it should be at least. Yeah.
Okay, so at minute 11. Excuse me, it's the timer says 11 seconds, right? Which means they took bounty runes at 11 seconds ago. Do you have TP scroll?
I do.
You do, right? And we know that you're late, right? If we see the minimap, the quick wave is right here. Do we see the minimap? Do you see this small?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's now tier 2. So if you just keep walking, do you think you can be in time? Yeah, so you should have.
I should have probably TP'd and blocked the creeps, but I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so that's mistake number 2, right? Mistake number 1 was you're not summoning Treants, and this is your mistake number 2. Because if you don't TP, like my guess was that you're gonna be missing a lot of CS, and let's see if that really happened. Because if you fast forward, like, okay, so this is a free camera now, right? You're here, and they are already here. So this is like you're not even pressuring any of them. You're not even pressuring them. You're just giving Slug a free wave, right? You're just, and thank God that they blocked it, but you didn't. Now the tower is attacking the group wave, so this wave is getting pushed in. So this is actually really a luck. You're lucky, because if this tower is not attacking,
they could have
they maintain the lane coming right here, and you're done. Like you're done. If the wave is not pushing in, you're done.
Yeah.
So this is like something that you can really appreciate getting lucky. So they're now attacking it. Like too bad that they were thinking too much. But all I'm saying here is you're already late. Like this melee creep's getting denied, right? It got denied. So that's don't think of losing this experience as like something that you can say whatever. Okay. No.
Yeah.
This is huge. This is the difference between you hitting level 2 faster or not. So this could have been prevented if you just TP'd, right? Yeah, if you TP, then okay. Another big question: do you want to? We know that. Well, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna just. I have to say this after watching this. So you came here. I'm late. I get it. It happens. It's fine. So I get it. I get it. It can happen. So it's whatever. So you're here now, right? You attack him once, and you let Ogre hit him, right? So what is it that you're doing wrong here?
Unnecessary damage. I took a hit for no reason. I could have even maybe hit him at least more and traded better, but I didn't. When I saw him, I saw Mirana. She was not here, and he was going to hit me, and he was gonna win the trade probably because he has a even more armor. I think I don't know how much, maybe 9 armor or something. It's
okay.
Yeah,
then?
And he has more base region than me, so I was like, yeah, I'm probably not good with trading against Ogre, so I wanted to retreat to my wave and wait for Mirana, kind of. I think.
I see, but so this is where you are about to arrive to. So this is like at 043. You're here finally. Yeah. So What do I have to do, like, right now? What do I have to do? What do I have to do in this situation?
Maybe get a creep hit, or maybe, I don't know what, maybe pull, maybe.
Pull.
No, we can't pull. No, there's no creeps.
So,
No.
what are the things that we can do if you're here? Like, if you're just looking at this picture right now, like right now, you're here, they're fighting the wave, and you actually attack Stock once, right? So,
Yeah.
can you think of anything else that you could have done?
I could have attacked over, I could have attacked him, I could have killed the creep, maybe. I could have maybe eat the trees, and maybe the second wave I could have blocked them a little bit more, maybe.
I see.
There's
Okay. So what I was looking for actually was for you to actually use the goddamn spell that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Use the goddamn spell. This skill is so good. Use it right now, right? Like, you gotta use it.
Yeah.
You gotta use it. There's no reason for you to save the spell. Like, even at this moment, the laning stage just begun. Like, it's too bad that we were late, and then one melee kick got denied, so like you're staying at very low experience bar. But we really have to summon them, right? We just have to. Like, there's no other explanation. We just have to, right? If we summon them, that's like buff on me, right? I buff myself. I can fight with them.
I get extra DPS.
Yeah, but you didn't, right? You didn't.
Yeah.
If we just keep looking at it, like, you attacked him once and now you want to deny, that's cool, but all I'm saying is that you're not using it. You're not using Treants, so...
I think my reasoning would be because if I spawn the Treants, they could probably kill it, get the XP, get the gold, and I kind of, I don't know. I thought that it's not worth it to spend the mana and give them extra gold and XP. I thought it was like, it's only two of them. Maybe I should wait till level 3 and then kind of use them better. That's what I thought. Also, I thought of as the Treants more like either farm or push. I didn't think about anything else they could really do. The Treants. I thought that they could push the lane, they could push creeps, push the tower, and help me farm in jungle. And I didn't think about anything. So maybe block the enemies. You know, you sprout them and then you do the Treants on them, and then you make your hero auto attack the hero while you block with the creeps. That's the only thing I know about.
Okay.
Really use it.
Yeah. So when you said you were afraid about them killing your Treants and you were worried about them getting gold and experience, it was very interesting because if that happens, if they kill it, you're letting them to kill it. The only way that you feed your Treants without doing nothing is when you actually let them kill it. So it's like you not being able to micro any of your Treants. So because it is impossible, right? If we have to, so this is where, in order to talk or convince you otherwise, because my job is to convince you otherwise. Because I already know the answer. The answer is you're wrong about it. You're wrong about it. Because there's no other way. You have to use the spell, like right now. Number one reason is we talked about earlier. The earlier that we pop it, the faster we can maintain 4 Treants, right? If we maintain 4 Treants, that's how Prophet dominates his lane at level 1 spectrum. But the problem is that I just keep getting impression of you is you're not thinking about how important it is to play this lane like right now at this moment. This is like level 1 spectrum. I get it that you're thinking about pushing or but that's like
about late game and how I can win this late game. Like if my carry does well, you could probably push to tier 1.
Of course, of course you want to win the late game. But what I'm saying is, we're playing the early game right now. We have to be focused of this situation right now. And I get it that people want to win the late game, but we also have to win what's right in front of us right now, which is the early game, which is the level 1 first creep wave. We have to play everything right. We don't just play mid game and late game. If we cannot play early game, like what's the point of playing the game? Like you just let bots play early game and you come back and play the mid game. That doesn't make sense. We have to know what's the right play in the early game, and you're doing none of it. So coming back to what I said, you agree that we have to maintain 4 Treants, right? Then we can dominate the lane, right? Because that's how strong it is.
Yeah, that would be beneficial to us.
And in order to do that, we have to use the spell as soon as possible, right? to get it off the
at
cooldown.
start and then use it in the
Yeah, but I mean, even at the start, we already talked about it. But even right now, let's say we made a mistake. We were distracted. We made a mistake. But so the only choice for us right now that we're left with is we just use it right now and get the 2 Treants. And you said this is what you said. You're worried about them killing your Treants easy and feeding them the gold. But if you summon 2 Treants right now, okay, if you summon them like right now, even not right now, you should have done like right here. Like as you're approaching it, there are trees. If you do it right now, because the issue was that as soon as you hit him twice, see what Ogre is doing. So Slug is looking at this picture right now. Slug is busy doing what? Busy doing. He also lost it. So it's gonna be only Ogre coming at you, right? He's gonna do that. He's gonna do that, right? He's doing it already. And actually, he actually did. So imagine you had 2 Treants right here. Imagine you had 2 Treants.
Yeah, I could maybe get a better trade against.
Yeah, you can get a better trade, right? You can get a better trade. And all I'm saying here is like, I already know the right answer. Like 2 Treants, I can hit it actually once, make the Treants attack, but because the wave is not pushing in, it's not worth. Like I'm not gonna fight here. The wave is pushing in, so it's actually it's like a thank you situation. The worst scenario is the wave getting maintaining lane combo watch here, so I cannot get close to it. But wave not pushing in, so I'm not thank you. But I have 2 Treants. I'll have 4 Treants soon. That is why I have to pop as soon as possible. But I'm not gonna fight. I'm gonna drag it, all of my summoned and my hero, back to here, right? Because the next wave, they're coming here. We see 1, 2 creeps here. They're gonna mate around right here, right? They're mate here, and I care about that, right? I care about last hitting that when this happens. So it will happen. It will happen. Yeah. The wave now meets here, and now I care about fighting, right? Like zoning out the Ogre, zoning out Slug, and trying to last it. And Treants will help or not help, if you have to say. They will help.
Yeah.
They will help. Yes, exactly. They will help, right? If you disagree with me, say it. I'm happy to discuss it. They will help.
Well, I think they will help. There's no reason they wouldn't. I thought even I saw now it's 550 health for the Treants. I thought it was way less, so I was worried they were too squishy. They were just gonna die pretty easily to the. If Slark wants to kill them, if I spawn them, he could, I don't know, Dark Impact level 2 and just kill them. I was like, maybe I should not use it.
So you think Slug can kill him? So if Slug kills him, Slug has to attack how many times? It's 550 health. If Slug
with level 1 without Dark Pact, probably a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
How much damage does he do? 60?
I mean, we don't have to look at it like, yeah, it's about, but all I know is that if Slug gets Dark Pact at level 1, that's like a little crazy. We sort of expect a Slug Essence Shift at level 1, right? So
yeah, I usually go Essence Shift.
But all I'm saying is, even if he used a Dark Pact, let's say he got a little bit crazy and he wanted to kill Treants and he did something else, he got another level of play and he did Dark Pact. That's actually what people do. Then it becomes a little bit harder. But all I'm saying is, if he do that, then Slug cannot do everything. Slug cannot last it, and at the same time he's worrying about your Treants. He cannot do those two things at the same time. He has to make a decision whether to focus on last hitting and deny or killing your Treants. So what I'm saying is, by you having Treants, you're forcing him to make some decision. Do you want to kill my Treants? Then you're about to miss last hit, right? That's logical, right? He cannot do those things. You're forcing him to work much harder. You're making him busy. Treants or me? Treants, me, or last hit? Like, you gotta make a decision. So this is you making a decision, even if your Treants dies, but I still believe that is on your end because you're not microing right. You can just get back. If Treants is like getting attacked by it, you just get back. Like, Treants have the movement speed. They don't. It's level 1 hero. They don't have the movement speed. They cannot catch up. Just get back. So it's like applying pressure. It's like applying pressure and making them busy. So in conclusion, there is no reason whatsoever, no reason not to use a spell. Like, you worrying about feeding them the gold or whatever. If that happens, if your Treants die, then they also will take a lot of damage, because you're not just going to feed them, right? If they attack it, you're either going to attack together or get back, right? So that's not happening unless you're just literally giving them. That doesn't happen, right? You're not convinced, right? That will not happen, never. You will never let your Treants die that easy, right? You're either going to attack it with the Blightstone, so they go below as well, or you're just get back. We'll just get back. They don't. It's not like they have stun or slow. That doesn't happen, right? So, are you convinced of that?
I mean, yeah, well, what you said, I think it makes sense.
Okay.
They could, yeah, they have 550 HP, so it's pretty hard to kill them.
Very hard.
And,
Not pretty hard. Very, very hard. Very hard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost my HP bar, so I guess, yeah, it's pretty. I don't know. Yeah. I can understand. Yeah, so I could do way more in lane with the nature's, you know, with the treants, the little treant things, than without them.
Wow.
I disadvantage myself when I don't use them.
Exactly. That's everything you have to comment on yourself while we're watching this replay. That's very good. Like, that's very good analysis. You could have done much better. That's all I'm looking for. If you did that, that's like, you just found the room for improvement. You can improve on. That's it. So that's really good. So we're gonna watch this replay, but all I'm saying is, if this was like, if I have to stop watching this replay because I made a lot of points, I actually stop it right now. Why? Because it changes everything. Like what you just learned, summoning the treants earlier, it will change freaking everything. That's how big it is. Imagine having 4 treants here because you did everything right. Or
so it would change completely the
completely change everything. Because if you have 4 treants, then Slug can't do shit, man. What is Slug gonna do against 4 treants plus Mirana plus someone having Blackstone? You just right click him and and Slug goes down very, very fast. Even Ogre has like a lot of HP regeneration and armor, like he cannot deal with Mirana and you right clicking with Blightstone and Treants right clicking with them. It's crazy good. That is why this hero is considered OP right now, because he really is.
He was even, I think, better because he had even more damage. He had low 70s base damage or something before, like a few patches ago. Now it's less, but it's still
good.
Lot.
Yeah, still very strong with the Treants. That's how crazy it is. But as long as we're seeing that things could have been very different with 4 Treants, that's happy. But I'm not even like, so of course we're going to watch the replay. But what we just discussed so far up to this point, that is the most important part of the game. Like, most important part of this coaching session. Everything you have to remember from the next game. Applied right now, you will get the immediate result. You will get your MMR back. That's very, very important. That's how important that is. It's crazy. It's crazy to me to playing next Prophet in this matter. No Treants at minute 1. It's crazy to me. Nobody does this. Seriously, nobody does this. So, this is pretty crazy. And I'm just gonna say it's pretty much why you're gonna lose the game. Okay, it's pretty much why you're gonna lose the game and why you won't be successful if you keep doing this. You cannot play a game like this in MP. So that's all I have to say, because I know that I can be a little harsh on it, but I feel like it is my job to tell you the truth. So you cannot win any games like this. You cannot win any games with this Prophet if you play like this. So
I'm pretty much intentionally limiting myself by not using Nature's Call and doing what you said.
So you're like even saving your skill point because you're not even using it right now. So this is like only happening not because you suck at Dota, but because you had the wrong mindset, right? I'm not trying to say like you're a bad player. No, this is happening because you had the wrong mindset. You didn't know. You just didn't know how strong this can be, or you had the wrong mindset of, oh, I have to save this because I'm scared of feeding the feeding the gold, etc. So you're not gonna do it again. Never. You'll never do it again in the next game, right? So that's it, man. That changes everything.
It makes no sense for me to not make the nature's the Treants because I didn't know they had this much of a use in the laning phase. I just didn't know the utility of them early on. I thought they were a late game unit.
Nice. No, it's not. It's level 1. MP is OP because his level 1 is super strong. That's all you have to understand. I'm actually, so this is what I want you to come back to me, okay? This is not going to be our last coaching session. I actually want you to coach you again later. Maybe next week or something. But come back to me after doing what I just told you to do, like using this.
So after a few matches you're doing that.
So of course I want to comment on this itemization and stuff because like in your level,
my items were horrible. Before you say anything,